Hello everyone. So today we shall be discussing about the sampling the Fourier transform. Okay. So in this discussion we shall focus on to give or provide more generality the relationship between an aperiodic sequence with Fourier transform x of e raised to the power j omega and the periodic sequence for which the discrete Fourier series coefficients corresponds to the sample of this function equally spaced in frequencies. Okay, so we'll find this relationship to be particularly important when we shall discuss the next about the discrete Fourier transform. Okay, so let's consider an aperiodic sequence which is given by x of n and which has the Fourier transform denoted by x of e raised to the power j omega. So if you recall that we denote the aperiodic sequence without a tilde over the variable, and with a tilde over the variable we denote it as the periodic sequence. So the second one is assume that a sequence x tilde of k is obtained by sampling the function x of e raised to the power j omega at frequency omega k is equal to 2 pi k by n. That is what we meant to say, that x tilde of k is obtained by sampling the function x of e raised to the power j omega at omega is equal to 2 pi k by n, right, which is equivalent to saying that I want to collect the samples of this function at this frequency. Okay, so since the Fourier transform is periodic in omega with period 2 pi, this is what we had seen initially in the starting of the course, the resulting sequence is periodic in k with period n, right. This is what it shows. And also, since the Fourier transform is equal to the z transform evaluated on the unit circle, what follows that the x tilde of k can also be obtained by sampling x of z at n equally sample spaced points on the unit circle. So what do we mean to say? That I can also denote that this x tilde of k to be computed by sampling x of z on the unit circle, where z is given by e raised to the power j 2 pi n k, which is equivalent to saying the same thing. Okay, so let's see this figure. So in this on the z plane you see a unit circle. So the equation what we had seen earlier, that x tilde of k is equal to x of z, where z is equal to e raised to the power j 2 pi n into k. So here we have substituted n is equal to 8. So the sample points what you are seeing here are for n is equal to 8. So in this figure what we see that the sequence of samples is periodic since the n points are equally spaced starting with the zero angle. So the difference between all these points you would say 2 pi by n. So what it indicates that the same sequence repeats as k varies outside the range, that is for k less than or equal to 0, greater than equal to 0 and less than or equal to n minus 1. So if I vary the k outside this range, it would be the same sequence, because we are simply continue around the unit circle visiting the same set of endpoints. So this is what we in the physical significance of the equation we had seen here on the Z transform. Okay. So now see that the sequence of samples, this x tilde of k being periodic with period n, could be the sequence of the discrete Fourier series coefficients of sequence x tilde of n. And to obtain that sequence, we shall write that x tilde of n, we will going to make use of the previous expression we had obtained earlier, that x tilde of n is equal to 1 by n summation from k is equal to 0 to n minus 1 n minus kn, right, where your wn was equal to e raised to the power minus j 2 pi by n. Okay, and for the Fourier transform, we write x of e raised to the power j omega is equal to summation from m minus infinity to infinity xm e raised to the power minus j omega. Okay, so now we shall substitute this expression into the expression what we had seen the with which we started the lecture. So here we will put into this expression. So what you will obtain is x tilde of n is equal to 1 by n summation from k is equal to 0 to n minus 1, and then inside this expression we have summation m equal minus infinity to infinity x of m e raised to the power minus j 2 pi by n km times wn minus kn. Okay, so now we interchange the order of summation just to simplify this expression, that we take this. So yes, so we were at the interchanging the order of summation. So after this we shall write for m minus infinity to infinity x of m, and inside the bracket we would have the another summation for k is equal to 0 to n minus 1, and we combine this exponential with this wn to write the single term as wn, because the period remains the same, minus k n minus m. Okay, now this I can write as summation of m minus infinity to infinity x of m, and this whole term, if you recall in the previous lecture we denoted this by p tilde of n minus m, and since you are seeing the tilde, so it's we have denoted earlier as periodic impulse train, right? So let's analyze this term very quickly. So this we have denoted this as Pn minus m as equal to 1 by n summation k 0 to n minus 1 of okay, and since it's a periodic impulse train, I can write it as r is equal to minus infinity to infinity delta of n minus m minus r times n. Okay, this is how we have denoted earlier the periodic impulse train. So I can write this whole expression in a simplified way as that x tilde of n would be equal to the convolution of xn with r is equal to minus infinity to infinity delta n minus r times n. And by using the convolution property of the impulse function, this would finally become as r minus infinity to infinity of x n minus r times n. Okay, so just to pay attention that just to differentiate that because we have also discussed about the periodic convolution, so this convolution is the aperiodic convolution. So what it says that x tilde of n is the periodic sequence that result from the aperiodic convolution of x of n with a periodic unit impulse train. So this is periodic, but this is aperiodic. Okay, so let's try to visualize this whole thing by some finite length sequence. So this is one of the example what we want to discuss, that here the sequence length, this is a periodic sequence. So here you see that we have n is equal to 9. Sorry, so here n is not equal to 9 but the length is equal to 9, and what we want to keep the n is equal to 12. The sequence x of n is of length 9 and the value of n is 12. So what do you see here when we apply this equation what we have just computed above, that x tilde of n, if I compute this x tilde of n, what do you see that the delayed replications of x of n do not overlap, right? There is no overlapping, and also that one period of the periodic sequence x tilde of n is recognizable as x of n, right? This is consistent with the discussion what we had earlier, where we assured that the Fourier series coefficients for a periodic sequence are samples of the Fourier transform of one period, right? So now we see another figure. So in this figure, what do you see that we put the value of n now equal to 7 instead of 12 what we had seen above. So in this case the replicas of x of n overlap and one period of x tilde of n is no longer identical to x of n, right? So this on computing this x tilde of n you cannot identify what would have been the signal x. But the interesting thing to note that in both the cases, in the example this one where we have n is equal to 10 and where we have n is equal to 7, this relationship, this one what we had seen as the first relationship in this class still holds. That is to say that in both cases the DFS, the discrete Fourier series coefficients of x tilde of n, are coefficients are samples of the Fourier transform of x of n sampled in frequency at integer multiples of 2 pi n. So here if you see the overall analysis what we had seen today, the difference is that here we are sampling in the frequency domain rather than in the time domain. But the whatever be the mathematical representations, whether we are doing in the time domain or in the frequency domain, they are all very similar. So we can stop here today, and then we shall see about the discrete Fourier transform, the analysis and synthesis equation for the discrete Fourier transform. But the overall thing what we had seen, that it is basically the samples of the Fourier transform of x of e raised to power j omega for the aperiodic sequence. Okay, thank you.